Sarah Manson, good morning, everybody. This is going to be a 1 hour show. It's 9:24 a.m. here, Positively Me, welcome. So we're doing a 1 hour broadcast this morning. Ray Yarwa, CC Baby, welcome, TC Bull, Deborah, Elliot Futaz, I think it is, Futans, Elaine Doucette, welcome. Jesse Flower, welcome. Michael, good to have everybody with us this morning. You might have watched the Slate Night. We had a great interview with somebody from the Navajo Nation talking about Bigfoot last night. That show will be put on my YouTube channel. I haven't done that yet from last night if you missed last night's show. So thank you for Johnny for the gift. And we were going to be in the meditation room, but I decided to just be here this morning. We'll do a meditation room, space room another morning. But everybody, welcome. Sarah Davis, welcome to the show. Everyone coming in here. If you've never seen the show before, this is a talk show. And we do a talk show on spiritual UFO areas. We talk about crop circles. We talk about the visitations people are having with the space people. We get into Bigfoot. Evidently, that is part of the whole realm. We get into all this stuff here on the show. I'm also host of WESU's radio show every Sunday morning for 20 years on NPR Pacifica Radio Network, the Cosmic Eye Ash Truckman radio show. So just good morning, Spirit guided me and everybody coming in here. Just to give people a background, new people that don't know much about my background. I'm also from Mars originally. I came here on mission to Earth. I worked with a thing called the Ashtar Command or Galactic Command. I've worked with them before there was even an internet or websites regarding Ashtar. I've been involved directly with them for years. I'm a contactee from the 1960s. I had contact with positive space people and saw their flying saucer, what looked like a saucer with windows and men, women, and children wearing space outfits. And they were telepathic people that sent me a lot of love when I did see them and told me that I wasn't from this world, that I came from somewhere else, that they were my cosmic family. So that's a quick bio about me. So I'm like sort of very cosmically open. I'm sort of like a cosmic book. You'll find that out pretty soon if you follow me. I suggest you follow me, and we'll follow you back. If you follow us, you'll know when we're on. User, Nicholas, everybody come in here. Colleen, Ramundo. I'm just looking at the names now. Sage, thanks for the follow. We appreciate that. Mario Gomez, good to see you. Good morning. And we try to always have some apple cider. Since we're in New England, it's apple cider season, so there you go. Johnny Miller, thank you for the earth. We appreciate that. Shout out to you and all the people gifting me early this morning. Thomas, welcome to the show. And I was just spending early morning looking at some new video. Mercury Man, good to see you in Vermont. Hope everything's going well. And we have the New England weather. You're in Vermont, so you know we have the New England rain coming here. So hopefully we'll have some sunny weather in New England by tomorrow. Thanks for coming in here, D Rock, and everybody else. And if you have a story in this 1 hour broadcast, if you want to share an encounter, Killer Kelsley, good to see you. We'd love to interview people. The thing is, if you have 200 plus followers now on TikTok and you really do have some things to tell us regarding ET encounters, UFOs, you can come on the show here. Give me 1 minute here for a moment. We'll be right back for you. Okay, and again, welcome to the show. This is the morning edition of Encounters, the UFO spiritual talk show, right here on social media. The only, I'm the only shows on YouTube, but everything is right here. All my shows are rebroadcast on YouTube, recorded. So if you miss a show from the night on our late night show, you can see it on YouTube. And Kim Marie, welcome. I think it's something Pissanoff or something. I guess that's the name. Tracy0506, welcome to our show. Stanley Gooch, welcome to Encounters. And we're glad to have everybody with us. I fell asleep watching you last night. I was super tired. That's okay. The show's recorded, Killa. We'll have it on YouTube today at some point. Melissa, welcome to our show, Encounters. And we love to hear people's stories. So if you have a story related, focused on the whole UFO thing, we'd like to hear about it. Are we a globe or not? Yes, we're a globe. I know there's all these TikTokers that go into this whole thing and have debates with each other. But where I come from, planet Mars, it's a globe. It's a circular planet. All the planets are circular or almost circular. So yeah, to answer your question, I appreciate it, Michelle. We'll always give people a direct answer. I don't even go into those rooms because it's such a waste of energy being put into something like that when they can be doing stuff to enlighten themselves and expand their consciousness. Seeing a cylinder ship back in the 90s flew over my head. Interesting. Well, I feel good. I had just allergies. I got allergies going on here this morning. It's a change in weather every season. When it gets towards this time of the year, the allergies are like crazy. So, Reverend Fox something, welcome to the show. Excuse me. Yeah, allergies even affect an extraterrestrial being on Earth. And Pete 322 has an interesting story. We're going to follow you, Pete. I'm just starting to follow you, Pete, so definitely wanted to do that. So we are here. And we have a rainy day in Connecticut, for sure. A little bit more apple cider here on the show. Excuse me. That I find interesting, Pete. You saw a cylinder-shaped craft in the 90s flew over my head. That must have been something else. Let's see here. Silver with no markings. Interesting, Pete. When you get up to 200 followers, everyone follow Pete. He only needs to get 200. He needs to, he's at 133. So if everybody follows him, we can get him to 200. We can have him on our show. Yeah, we're doing good, Johnny. It's just the allergies, This time of season, every year the allergies hit. So, Winford Roman, good to have you with us. Jason Bruce, all the new people coming in here. Welcome to the show. This is Encounters. If you've never heard of our show before, this is, it might be ragweed. I'm not sure what it is. Sarah Davis, ragweed. Interesting. We'll get through the allergy season. Excuse me. I just keep drinking the apple. Oh, you're in Connecticut, Pete. Interesting. We have a group in Connecticut. Also, I should mention, we're going to be doing a CE5. Pete, do you know what that is? Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence, Saturday night in Middlefield, Connecticut at Lyman Orchard. We're going to have good weather this weekend. We're getting our group together. We have an Ashtar Command contact group. And you are invited to join us. I don't know where in Connecticut you are, but message me. I'm following you now. Message me. I'll give you information. And anyone else in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, this weekend who wants to join us, we have a very dedicated group. We've been doing this for about over 8 years, and we've had visual contact with our star family a number of times doing this. So we certainly and we'll be broadcasting it live on Encounters Saturday night. This will be a live broadcast on TikTok, of our CU5 events. So I think a lot of people will find it interesting. Katie, good to have you with us. Hello, good morning. Failed Cap, good to have you back in here. Truth Seeker, welcome. I like that name. Russell Whitkeeper, I think it is. Freedom, welcome to the show. And everybody, Marinee, one of my moderators, welcome. Good morning out there on the West Coast. User 827, welcome to the show. 6 inches, 8 inches, welcome to the show. Frank Napoli, excuse me. We don't have a cold, it's all allergies, and they're really hitting pretty good this morning, so we're just going to deal with the allergies here, folks. Yes, you are. Good to see you. Good morning, everybody out there around the world. Michigan beer taster, Mercury Man, thanks for joining us. Julian, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. And if you'd like to go on a show where we like to do interviews, I love people's stories about ETs, visitations, crop circles, if you live in an area where they've been happening, if you've had encounters with sightings, spaceships, and you have over 200 followers, please press the request button right there. You see the little people icon. You, as a person with 200 plus followers, will be able to go on live on audio. And I know there are people out here as they come in who've had stories to tell. We want you to come out of the closet, share your stories. This is a safe place to do so. So please do so. Vicky, welcome to the show. I'm trying to keep up with old names. Tony K350. Adrian, welcome to our show Encounters. Excuse me. CCV, welcome to the show. And as long as I get the frog out of my throat, I'll be good. Todd, welcome to our show Encounters. Scott Hardy, welcome to the show Encounters. We appreciate all these new people who are on TikTok finding the show, scanning TikTok. This is a talk show. We don't debate. We don't have games. We don't have glittery lights blinking. We're not in a hot tub with lights blinking in the hot tub on outside of our house. This is a real talk show. So we're not doing makeup to be, a sensation. Well, some people do. They do the makeup thing, and all of a sudden, Good Morning America is talking about this woman or this guy did the makeup thing, and they have millions of people watching them or following them. Who cares about the makeup? This is more important, Alphabet Gang, always tuned in, though. Hey, Pete. Paul K. Flash, welcome. We certainly like having everybody here, and I think we might even have a guest. You can feel very safe to come on here. As well. Have many sightings. Katie, welcome to Encounters. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to meet you. Glad you're here.
Good to meet you. I just happened to come across your page, and I'm an experiencer, and that's why I was asking if this is what this group is about.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, wonderful. So back in 2008, Halloween.
Can you bring your camera on? You have the ability to. You had to turn the camera on in your screen.
Give me 1 second. I wasn't prepared for all this.
Oh, I know. So I catch people unprepared all the time. So there you go.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, and I don't. It's very hard to come out. So.
Oh, this is a safe place. I'm a contactee, so since the '60s, I've had. I've been an experiencer for a good many years.
Oh, okay. Just give me a second. Sorry, I wasn't prepared.
No, take your time.
So,
it's all good.
So you've been experienced since the '60s.
Well, my first experience, as I told before, I went upstairs. I lived in Long Island as a kid, and I was like, all of a sudden, I went upstairs. My mother, my father, my brother, who was older than me, were in the kitchen. All of a sudden, I decided to. I feel like I have to go on the second floor of the house. And I go across the above, looking down at the lower part. To my room is one room smaller, and then my brother's room. I go right to my brother's room, open up the wood blinds, and there's a flying saucer with spacemen and women and children. They look just like us, and I was like, I saw like a fog around the ship, and I was sitting. I don't know how long I was watching it, but I was watching it, and they said to me, they telepathically communicated to me. I was, preteen, and they said to me, "You're not from here. We're your galactic family." And I went back
Oh, so
downstairs.
you're a
I was so
starseed.
yes, so I was so excited. I went downstairs. I tried to get everyone to come upstairs. It was only my mom and dad and my brother. And they said, we'll come up. And they never came up. And then when I went back and I was like a little bit upset and angry. I was banging the carpet. I was like, then I got back up, went to the window, it was still there. And they said, we love you. You will never forget us. We are your cosmic family. We are your family. And I was like, these people were men, women, and children. They were wearing spacesuits, kind of a bluish glitter. I say glitter for lack of a better term.
Hmm.
And but they were still there when I went up. The ship was still in the cul-de-sac, very low, almost to touching the ground. And I'll never forget it. This is, when you don't forget something like that, I used to think maybe it was a dream. You don't have a dream like that last you for most of your life.
Right. Oh,
And so
absolutely. Now,
that's
how do I
why.
turn on my camera? Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt you.
Okay. The camera is, you'll see a little icon that has a little camera next to the microphone. You'll see it. It's on your TikTok. Let me
I
see
see the
here.
microphone and the two people.
Yeah. So press the two people. I'm going to see what happens here. Hold on a minute. I'm going to, and if you see the two
Press
people,
on.
I see
There we
it
go.
okay. Let's see if your camera comes on. We're going to get the camera
Oh,
going.
there
There
we
you go.
go.
You got it. I've helped so many people learn how to use TikTok cameras. So that's great. Welcome. Now we can have a real face on a show.
All
It's always
right.
what I like to do it. So let's go in. Where part of the world are you in? What part of the planet are you
I'm
in?
in Illinois.
Illinois, great. And so let's go right
Yeah.
into it. I love experiencers, people that have had contacts like I have. So tell us, when did your contact happen? Tell us the story?
Well, the first contact, I would say my abduction happened that I remember that affected me, happened in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was Halloween. I just moved to Iowa, just right over. Where I live is like Illinois, Iowa. So
Okay.
I just moved to Iowa at the time. And I moved in September, and it was actually Halloween night that it happened. And I'm like, I love Halloween. I've always been a Halloween person. So with the kids, I remember it was a Friday night, so I was excited. We could stay up, you know, watch, cartoon Halloween movies, um, just the whole experience. Well, I ended up falling asleep. It was just my boyfriend at the time. He's my husband now. I ended up falling asleep on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before we had TVs in every room, just starting out, dating and moving in together. So we didn't have a lot of money. So we were
Yeah.
watching TV on the living room floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I had fallen asleep. Well, we had both fallen asleep. And at that time, we didn't have, the set
Yeah.
for turn the TV off.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
remember when I woke up, I was facing towards the banister. You know what a bi-level house is?
No, what is a bi-level
Where
house?
you can go down to split level, where you can go to the basement, or you can
Oh
go
yeah.
up.
Okay. Now I
Okay,
understand.
that's the kind of home we lived in.
Mm-hmm.
When I fell asleep, the TV was against the wall, against the banister. But when
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, I was facing towards the railing that went down to the basement.
Really? How did that happen?
Okay, well, this, so
This
when
is
I woke
interesting.
up,
Mm-hmm.
I saw there was three beings looking at me, and in they were in a cape, black cape, and they
Yeah.
were just staring at me.
Mm-hmm.
And the time I was thinking, God, they're tall. They were tall, and
How
I
tall were they?
couldn't move. I was
How, how
paralyzed.
tall? How tall would
I
you
would
say
say
they were?
7, 8 feet tall
7, 8 feet tall.
compared
What
to
did
the.
you see? Did you see any facial things with them, Katie?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what did it look like?
actually, uh, they were. I would want to say cream. They were not gray. They were cream. And they
Cream.
had the
Okay.
oval eyes.
Hmm.
And I mean, the only thing I saw was the face. So
Right.
oval eyes. But the thing is, I didn't feel threatened, but I was scared, if that
You were
makes sense.
scared. Right. Your
I was
your physical
terrified.
mind was
I,
scared. You mentally were scared, but you weren't afraid of them.
right.
Obviously, if you had
I
fear of
wasn't
them,
afraid.
so that tells me something that they didn't go and start attacking you or anything. They were looking at you, right?
Right. They were just like,
Okay.
you know how an animal or a dog will stare at someone and
Right.
move their head? Like, I
Hmm.
almost got the sense I wasn't supposed to wake up, but I did.
But you did. So they didn't
But I did.
expect that. So
Mm-mm.
how did they react to your waking up and seeing them?
Just like staring at me, like, And then I remember seeing my boyfriend. Well, he's my husband, but I could see his face because the way I was turned, the way they put me
Right.
back. I
Yeah.
could see his face. So I'm like, can't move, but I'm screaming.
Hmm.
Nothing's coming out. Like, get up. These things are looking at me.
Right.
You need to get up. And I'm screaming. Nothing's coming
He's,
out.
he's
And then
sleeping. He's totally out.
he's just, yeah, he's just sleeping. And I
Did you try
close my
to?
eyes. I'm
Did you
sorry.
try to communicate? Did you try to communicate with them? I know
Yeah,
you were
well, this,
freaking out a little bit.
oh, I was freaking out. So I closed my eyes and I was like, please just go, 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 go. Please. And then I opened my eyes and they were gone. But
Really?
as I
So,
was opening my
go ahead.
eyes, I saw a flash. Huh?
A flash. Wait, where was the flash coming from? The room or outside of the room? The
In the
flash.
room.
In the
In the
room.
room.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to flash right out of your room.
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's my belief with other experiencers that have talked to.
Hmm.
I don't think, they come through the door or,
Right.
come down the chimney. I think they portal in.
Yeah.
And that's my beliefs. I think
Yeah.
it's just like what I saw, a flash. They come and they go.
I think they were probably very advanced. They weren't Zeta, what we call gray, are really the Zeta, and there are different Zetas, but these
Right.
weren't Zeta. They had a creamy complexion. Did you
Mm-hmm.
see any features? Were they all male or female, or can you tell whether they were
I
one or
felt
the
like
other?
it was a male, but I couldn't tell. Like I said, it
Yeah,
was a black cape.
yeah,
I
and they
have a
were
picture
wearing.
drawing of it somewhere.
Okay, I'd love to see that the next time you're on. So
Yeah,
they were about 7, 8 feet tall, which is really tall, and they
really tall.
actually flashed out. So obviously they're very, what I'm getting is that they were extremely advanced beyond anything we understand. And
Oh,
there was
absolutely.
probably a ship somewhere above your location, and they were able to just zip right back into the ship and come back in if they wanted to. So they didn't get beamed up. They just flashed right out of
Yeah,
your room.
poofed.
That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That's just unbelievable. I mean, that's when I say
Right.
unbelievable, that's a great story. And it's just, I've never heard that before.
And then
Very.
I started having reoccurring dreams after that.
Tell us about the
So
dreams after they came. What kind of dreams did you have?
I dreamed that the location they took me, but like I said, nothing ever felt malice or evil.
Right. That's
Um,
the main
I
thing, really.
That's the thing. I'm like, and a good friend of mine was like, it was probably your starseed family coming to, have time with you.
Hmm.
But anyways, um, so in my dream that I always thought was a dream,
Hmm.
I'm kneeling in a field and they place me where I'm looking up, kind of like when you're, um, I grew up Catholic, when you're
Right.
kneeling, and that's how I was. I was kneeling in the grass, looking up, and I could see like different colors
Hmm.
and lights. I always called it a light show.
Okay.
And yeah, I felt like they always put on a light show for me. But when I looked to
Hmm.
my right, I saw another person with me.
Hmm. Another
And
human
in
being.
all these years, for 15 years, I have been searching for that person.
Hmm. So you're still searching for
Because
the person that in the dream. You're searching for that person.
Right,
correct?
which I know it's not a dream because on my pants the next morning were grass stains. Explain that one.
Really? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to read into you a little bit. You don't mind if I do that? I do that with my guests. I
Oh,
have the ability to read in energy. I came from Mars and I came out of the closet many years ago before I was supposed to when I was a kid.
hmm
And the kids in the court we were playing ball got very angry at me. I said, I just blurted out. I mean, I didn't plan it. I didn't,
right,
it was just, you came from Mars. I just said it to him. And our friendships were still there a little bit. But as a kid, they looked at me differently. And then I went in the closet back
right,
in till I became an adult and more. Then I opened up my consciousness, like got blown open. And I just came out of the closet and, I've been out there. I'm very open about coming from Mars and being a contactee. So I always talk about things from a real experience so I can understand
right,
you because not many people that do UFO shows have any contactee experiences. They just want to do a show on YouTube or wherever it is,
right,
but they don't have this kind of a background, which I do. So I have the whole book right here. I say I'm a cosmic book, so I can read energy. So I think that you did when you say you had the stain of, on your, clothing or whatever. What is considered a cosmic dream is not a dream. They want you to think it's a dream, but you actually were
mm-hmm,
taken in your dream physically somewhere else. And then when you wake up, they project the dream state idea, but it wasn't a dream. You actually, everything you were doing was not a dream. It was
right,
made to look like that, but in truth, it wasn't a dream, right?
right. We in my other groups we call it what do they call it? They call it like what's the word they use? Sorry, you used a different word. Screening. They screen
Screen, yeah.
us.
They screen you.
Mm-hmm.
They put a blinder so they screen it
Mm-hmm.
so you can't see what's on the other side of the curtain, so to speak. Like if you're
Right.
watching a play and the kids are in the play behind the screen, they can't see the audience and the audience can't see them. It's just similar to that, yeah.
Right. Right. They want you to see what they want you to see.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
that's the whole thing what you're talking about. So now that we're in the end of almost the end of this year, have you had any reoccurring situations on a physical level? Have you tried to communicate with them, these beings? You could telepathically communicate with them. Do you meditate at all?
I do sometimes.
Sometimes.
One morning, back in the summertime, I was getting up to go to the bathroom and there was a flash in my kitchen. I mean, I didn't feel like I was abducted, but it was I remember thinking, oh my gosh, it's really bright at 4 o'clock in the morning kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
crazy. I mean, yeah.
then it was like nothing, you know?
Yeah. And speaking of which, I do multi guest interviews. So another
Okay.
person was just by your story came forward and says they're taken by Zetas to a spaceship. So this is the beauty
Oh,
of the show. We have a lot of people on my show that are contactees or people that are being taken. So, and I like people to get to know each other. This is a friendly TV
I love
show.
that. I've been looking
So
for this
we
for a
want people to
while.
feel very comfortable here. Like So Deborah, welcome to the show. Say hello to Katie, who just shared her experiences.
Hello.
But there's
Hi,
feedback.
Katie.
Katie,
How are
I
you?
mean,
Hi.
Deborah, we're going to have to try to have you back on. Try to go back on. I'm going to disconnect. There's too much feedback. She's got feedback on her thing. When we get the feedback, it's hard for people to, I want to have them on, and then this feedback thing happens. I'm not sure if it's the volume on their phone or what it is. So, Deborah, we'd like to get you back on, but we need to get that feedback fixed out. So we'll have her on as soon as she can figure that out. But as you were saying, it's amazing how many people have throughout their lives had encounters or visitations. In your case, it wasn't an abduction experience. You're basically a contactee. So we'll just switch the word
Right.
around. You're a contactee, not an abductee. An abductee is somebody who's taken by certain groups of beings and are forced to
Right.
do, whatever, and they want to implant you, whatever. That's an abductee. If you've not been forced to go anywhere and you willingly went with those space people, that are 7 or 8 feet tall or whatever it might be, that's considered a
Right.
contactee experience for people that are not knowing in this day and age, what that is. Um, hey, UFO God, good morning. UFO God's a friend of mine
I was
out there.
going to say hello to UFO God.
Yep, yep.
I didn't want to
And
interrupt you.
no, that's okay. And so I always want to educate people because of my experiences. I teach people to know the difference between being an abductee and a contactee. An abductee, if you say, "Well, I was abducted," but you weren't abducted, I'd call you a contactee in your
Right.
case because
Well, I
you
was
go.
supposed to do my hypnosis this summer. Again, I have the worst luck in the world.
Mhm.
Do you know Yvonne Smith?
Yes, I've heard of Yvonne Smith.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, that's the group I'm involved with. Yvonne Smith and Midwest ERO experiencers.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't know if you've heard of them.
No, who are they?
Uh, they're just a group of abductee, or I don't want to say abductees, experiencers
Okay,
that, it could be from anything. Deb, what is Deb's last name? White, I want to believe.
okay,
She was the one who was abducted in the Indiana, Kokomo.
okay. Explain that
Okay,
because
I
I
don't.
don't think most people know that. But go ahead.
Okay, the abduction and well, Kokomo. Sorry, I shuck my. Deb was younger, so I don't correct me all the way to the story, but
Okay.
she had experiences in her backyard and with radiation.
Oh my God, that's not good at
Do
all.
you
That's
remember
yeah.
that story? It was in
I kind
Indiana.
of do. Yeah, yeah. That's not
Yeah.
good. That's
Okay.
not a
So
positive encounter.
no, I think Deb experienced a lot with the Greys.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it probably was when I hear I know about that scenario of the radiation. I teach
Mm-hmm.
people if you come encountered with a spaceship radiating radiation at you, you need to get away from it because those are lower
Mm-hmm.
vibrational extraterrestrials. If you
Yep.
encounter a spaceship that you feel nothing but love and and there's no radiation coming from it, those ships come from very high frequencies. They don't use radiation or
Right.
anything like that we call radioactive material to travel. The lower vibrational beings, even though they have advanced craft, use radiation or radioactive material in their ships. They're not advanced. They're advanced to a certain extent, but they're coming from this dimension that we're in right now. Whereas those higher dimensional beings or high vibrational beings, their ships will never radiate any radiation at you, and you'll never fear any fear from them. You'll know it right away. And so if you have what she had as experience when you said the radiation from the ship, totally negative.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yep.
Oh yeah. And you know
Yeah.
what bogs my mind? A lot of these abductions, and I'm not trying to. Let me answer Apple real quick. I think
Yeah.
what what was your name again? I'm sorry.
My name is Alion, Commander
Elion.
Alion.
I don't think I caught that. I think what Elion was
That's all
saying
right.
earlier, and I have to agree with him, Apple. I think the higher frequency beings, they can go through walls, but I think more like the Greys and the reptilians, they like to use more. I don't know what the exact. What did you
They,
say?
they don't go really through walls. Reptilians are very sneaky.
Yeah,
They can come in, but they can't go through walls. The higher
right,
dimensional beings can go through walls, through rocks. They are in a whole different vibration. They have no
right.
limitation to form, and they can reform in their physical molecular structure pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
I don't want to talk too ET because I start talking as I am when I'm not here on planet Earth, molecular structures and all this stuff. I can do
Right.
that, and I don't want to get people like, what is he talking about molecular structure? You know, but that's what it is.
Mhm.
It's the cellular structure decomposing and recomposing. But when you're very advanced, you can go through walls. You can travel without having a spaceship. At the very highest level of consciousness, they don't need ships. They can just come and go as they wish to. And
Right.
that's what your experience was. Those three beings with the
Hmm.
outfits on, they just they flashed out because they're from a
Yeah.
very high frequency, you know.
Yep.
And Apple's saying to you, "Okay, count me in. It was real. Interesting." Is Apple saying that Apple had an experience? Apple, did you have an
That's what I was
experience?
just wondering.
I have the feeling I'm trying to figure that out. I get a sense of that, but I'm not sure. So, Apple, did you have an experience? Apple 555. Okay, I'm not getting a response. So I'm thinking it's possible some people have had experiences, but I have to feel that they did have some sort of thing going on there to ask that question. Sometimes people
Right.
need validation, you know?
Oh,
And I think that's what
absolutely.
we're
Because
talking
I
about.
thought I was going crazy for years.
See, I knew she had an experience. Um, Apple, we're inviting you on here. I'm Commander Alon, your host. I'm a contactee. So feel free. This is a really safe space on my show to share experiences like Katie's doing. So please come on. You know, we'd like to hear your story. I want to know about it. I mean, I just sense your energy. You have a story there like Katie does. And all you have to do is press the accept button and we'll have you on here. Let's see if she will take us up. Apple.
Okay.
Apple. So we'll see. I'm multitasking. Maybe next time. Apple, come on my show tonight at 11 o'clock. My late night show of encounters tonight. If you come on tonight, if you can be on at 11 o'clock wherever you are, we'll put you on the show tonight on my nighttime show. Okay? We'll definitely do that. So that's interesting. I think she's got a fascinating story. I get the strongest
Uh,
feeling. It's really amazing too. You know, that's what I do. I feel people's energies when they say something
right.
uncommon.
See, I'm an empath too. So,
Yeah.
but I think someone said Deb's back.
Deb's
You too,
back.
Apple.
And Deb went to
Mm-hmm.
another account, but I can't get her on the other account because she's only got 3 followers. Her main account, I can get her on.
Oh,
So I can't get her on because she's on this other account, and the other account she's on the other phone is feedback. I can't do the feedback thing because people are not going to understand what she's
right.
saying. So if she can fix that technical glitch, I'd love to have her on here for sure. You know? But that's what we're dealing with. It's just all the things going on now with all the sightings increasing all over the world. And there's so many, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed, really, so amazed since I've been here on TikTok. I started on Facebook and my YouTube channel. I do radio for 20 years called the Ashtar Command Radio Show called the Cosmic Eye. So I dedicate that show to our space brothers and sisters of the command, which I work with on planet Earth. And I'm basically here on this show to bust people's belief systems, the matrix. So when people come in, you know, where they don't even understand this stuff, I want to educate them. But if they have a belief system that nothing exists, I will go after their matrix and bust them, you know, and I have fun doing
Right.
that. I mean, I'm doing it for a reason. I want to shake them up out of their belief systems that they've been trained to believe in their books, going to school on Earth. There's so much limitation in school about us. And I'm here to bust that, you know, I'm here to just to strain it all out. And I don't care,
You
you
know,
know.
the problem I have, and for years I would look at my husband or anybody and say, don't you feel like everything's a lie? Everything's a lie. Do you not feel it?
Yeah,
And no, everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you don't feel it? Everything's a lie. Everything you've told or been told,
right,
everything you've learned,
right.
everything's a lie. Doesn't that bother
Right.
you?
And what's
And
the response?
they're like, what? I'm like,
That's because,
everything.
you know why, Katie? That's because they've been programmed so hard in their schooling and by their parents and everything else
Hmm.
that they are so stuck in that lie, in that so-called
Hmm.
reality, they can't see it. But if they meet, but you have to keep doing that to them because that's our mission is to wake people up.
Right.
And, you know, but if they don't get it right away, they're going to remember it. What you said, at some point, something's going to happen in their life. That's a cosmic experience and they're going to remember
And they're going to
you
wake up.
and they're going to wake up. So you actually put the thought in their head and they can't get
Hmm.
rid of it. Now they'll go back to that thought at some point. So you triggered something, even though they don't know what you're talking about.
Right. And actually, a good friend of mine brought it to my attention that I was a starseed. I was like, no, you're crazy. But, sorry, my cat, he wants to be loved right now.
I have a cat. We have a cat too, so I understand. Go ahead.
Yeah, the energy. See,
Yeah,
he's
the
just
energy
like,
of the cat.
hi.
Oh, beautiful cat. There you go. We have a ragdoll
But
cat, so she'll interfere in my broadcast sometimes, and I have to pick her up, put her on the camera.
hmm they feel the energy.
Oh yeah, they do. They really do.
hmm
You were just mentioning, what you were saying. It's really important that we're here to like shake people up, and we should never be like, "Well, should I really be doing this? Should I be going out to talk when I'm talking to people? Tell them I'm from here. This is what's going on. We've been lied to." I tell people all the time on this show that you've been lied to through your schooling. You've been lied to by
hmm
your media. The media projects a certain energy which is not of the highest vibrational frequency. So, the way they keep people programmed is with game shows, with the limited news of the same cycle of wars going on around the world. This thing happened. This person got killed. So when you wake up in the morning, you see the same thing on and on and on and on again. When
Yep.
people are challenged about their belief systems on Earth, I go after. I bust the matrix. I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't care what political party you believe in. It's all an illusion. And then there are people that believe that their priest, their whatever, their rabbi, whatever is their God, their savior.
Right.
And I tell people there's no. You folks are all living in a illusionary world of control on this planet. I come from Mars. There's nothing like that on Mars. The people live in peace. We live in oneness with the creator of the multiverse, and there's no
hmm
political parties. There's no, financial or insurance companies, no malls. There's no gas stations. Everything on this earth is all about separation and control. Where I come from, there
Right.
isn't any of that. So when I get on here, my spirit is so cosmically at a high frequency, I don't care. I just say it the way it is, and I don't care. You know,
Right.
believe me, we have.
And
You
see,
have to
I'm
do that.
learning that. I'm
Hmm.
learning, but see, I'm a Jonomus starseed. So we sit back and we're watchers. We
Right,
don't
you're
step
watchers.
in. So
Yeah,
it's hard for me, for me to push that button this morning to come talk
right.
to you. It was like, okay, but I'm gonna do it because
How do
I
you feel?
know
How do you feel
it's
now
my
that you did it? See,
because I was supposed to do it.
that's right. That's
That's
right.
right.
And
But
also, you now can
Adronomus,
see
it's
what I'm
water
doing as a
planet.
contactee. You can be inspired
Mm-hmm.
now to feel safe to go out there. There's more people interested in this now than there were 30 years ago. 30 years ago, everyone would
Oh,
have said everyone's crazy. With disclosure going on, with people now knowing that the government's been lying to us for 70 years, we have a DOD contact. Her name is Shai. She monitored my show for a while. And a few months ago, she decided to go live with me. She's our insider in the DOD. She's out in another part of the country, and she's got high security clearance. So this is the only show. Nobody on YouTube has this person. Nobody anywhere has this person. She found me. For however that works out in the universe, she came here. She's fed up with the lies. So she's divulging information as she gets it to us. And it's all top secret, you know. So,
mhm.
that's one of the beautiful things about this show. We have a contact, we have a person on the inside that we trust, and I'm grateful for that. And, and just all the people. She's learning stuff from my show because they have whatever they're taught in the DoD. She's learned more watching my show with contactees and people on here
Oh,
because this is
really?
disclosure. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way.
hmm
We are disclosure because we're the ones having the experiences. We're waiting for people have been waiting for the government to tell you about UFOs or UAPs and extraterrestrials. Why do we need the government to tell us about extraterrestrials when all of us have had
No.
experiences? I'm thinking to
Right.
myself, why are people waiting? And there's still people waiting. You know, be proactive, question everything, get the camera out, start going out, learning how to do CE5, make peaceful contact
Right.
with our space brothers and sisters. Everybody here can do that, but not everybody does because they're waiting. There's nothing to wait for,
Right.
you know? What are we waiting for? Pretty amazing.
Permission? I don't know,
You know?
because that's what society's taught us. We have to have permission for everything.
Yeah.
Or, you
Permission.
know,
Yeah.
and you said it perfectly. It's like coming out of the closet. When I started being honest, I said it would be better for me to be gay than to try to come out of the closet for who I really am.
Right.
Does that make sense? Am I
It
saying that
makes,
right without
I mean, it kind of say, yeah, it makes more because the if you were gay, it's more acceptable now than if you
it's
say
more
you're from outer
acceptable?
space. It's more acceptable. So, but
Right,
now people on this planet have to deal with us because contactees have to be accepted on planet Earth. People from other planets that are starseed should come out and say who they are. Just like every
right.
other lifestyle and lifestyles, just like women were fighting for women's rights and still fight for women's rights on the planet Earth. People that are
Hmm.
starseed that come from other planets do not need to hide anymore in the closet. And on encounters, I encourage people to come out of the closet for who they are. If they feel they're from another planet and they know that, be who you are because you're not going to be happy unless you come out. If you are a starseed,
Absolutely.
you will never be happy unless you come out. So
Oh, right.
I'm saying this really for the first time, pretty much.
No, you're absolutely right. And everything made sense to me. Even as a child, where I come from, where my soul comes from, is a water planet.
Hmm.
So why am I always, when I get upset, why do I run to, get a bath or run to the river or a lake? It's because I come from a water planet.
The
And,
water planet.
when we go down to the ocean, why is it I feel completely different?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because I feel completely renewed. And why did I always take salt baths? Not Epsom salt, but
Right.
salt baths.
Hmm. Hmm. I just want to mention this show is Encounters, the UFO spiritual talk show, and we have Katie, our guest, and she's sharing some great information.
Okay.
And she came out here for the first time. I love when that happens. It's a safe place. She now knows this is a place you can come to and share future experiences. I just want people to know if you go to my Commander Elion main page, my profile page, there's a app for Venmo. My Venmo app, please donate 5, 10, or $15. I'm also depending on people to become subscribers. I have some people lost their subscriptions. They ran out. Please subscribe to my TikTok. We have now 25. We had 42 a few days ago of 100. And also, most importantly, if you have TikTok coins, please right now take the time to send us some gifts here on the show. We really appreciate that. So let's get those TikTok gifts going. If you know what TikTok coins are, please press the gift area of your TikTok and choose any kind of gift you want to the show right now. Um, so we're going to let people send some gifts to the show. My goal is to, get as many gifts as possible. The subscription will help us raise money for our CU5 equipment. That is being used for the CU5 night vision equipment. So we need to really get up there. I think we're near $400 and we're trying to raise up to 2,000, which will get us to the point of getting some decent equipment for our CU5 group in Connecticut, our Ashtar Contact group, which we have and we have about 20 people in the group regionally. And certainly, if you're welcome to join us, we're going to be doing a C5. Actually, Katie, you're too far away to get here, but in Connecticut, we're doing a C5, which is contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. This weekend, we're
Oh,
finally having some clear weather, and we'll be meeting at an apple orchard where we've done it before, and we're going to use the
oh, I
Dr.
wish I
Greer
was
C5
closer.
app. We wish you were closer too. And we're also going to be using our Ashtar command protocol, which is very important. So we mix both of them together, and we're going to go live on TikTok Saturday night with our C5, so you'll be able to watch it. So that's
I
it.
love seeing all these comments about the ocean and the water. Just connect with your higher self. That's all I can say. Meditation. My
Yeah.
commander said,
Now,
meditate.
Victoria, I'm going to bring you on with Katie. We're on for another 15 minutes, and maybe you can share live with us. If you go live, there's a camera. You have the ability to use your camera and go live. So we want to get everybody on screen. And if you have the ability to come on here, we'd love to have you on here. Jupiter, thank you for the flowers, everybody for the gifts. Keep gifting until 10:30 when we actually sign off for the day. We'll be back on tonight, of course, at 11. So I'd like to hear your story, Victoria, if you have time, unless you're busy. Sometimes I catch people when they're busy, so they can't get on here, but we'd love to have you on here. We're winding down. We're at 10:14 in the morning here on the East Coast of the U.S. My name is Commander Alain. Katie's my guest, and she's sharing some great information. Billy Adams, definitely everybody in here. We love you all, and we're still on here. We'll be signing off just near 10:30. It's only 10:14, so we still have another 14, 15 minutes of show. If anyone else wants to join us, you may certainly do that. And Katie, you have anything else you'd like to share at the moment, or that you can think of?
No, nothing I can
Well,
think of.
thank you for being here. You've been a
Well,
blessing.
thank you for
Uh,
having me.
And I hope you'll come back. We're on usually late night. I call it late night, 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11. If you see me come on, just come in here. I'm following you now. So if you have any future experiences, the other thing I want to say is meditate, focus on these beings that you met, and focus and just use the Christ consciousness. Say, if you're not working in Christ consciousness, you may not contact me. You have to put that
Right.
parameter there that protects you. Then say, I'd like to, if you three beings that were with me whenever come back. The first question I would ask them: do you operate in Christ consciousness? Do you understand what the Christ is? And if they agree with you, and you have this telepathic communications, then at that point, have them come back. I think that was
Right.
an initial greeting of that they were there, they were observing you, and just tell them, hey, I want to know more about you. Where do you come from? Let's have a communications. Let's have a meeting of the consciousness.
Right. And that's one thing I've always told my husband. I said, I always felt like, they were there because of my psychic ability.
Yeah,
But okay, baby. He's really
yeah. And
victorious here.
Victoria's on here. Victoria, can you turn your video camera on? Do you know how to do that?
Yes. No,
Okay, we're gonna get Victoria on here. Once she gets the camera going, there'll be a camera there next to the microphone. Save it, and it'll bring you on screen. We'll get her
Thank
on
you,
here.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Katie. I appreciate your story. Thank you so much. Everybody follow Katie too.
Yeah, follow me. You want
Okay,
me
let's
to
see
stay
here.
or you want me to sign off?
Oh no, you can stay.
Okay.
You can stay. Victoria, if you can turn your camera on there, that'd be great.
how do I
You
get
know what?
into
The camera, do you see a microphone? Look at your screen. There's a
Thank you,
microphone.
everybody.
Yes.
You should have
Like
to
right
me
here?
here. I just almost disappeared. No, I
Can
don't
you
see
see
you
me?
yet. Let me see if I see you're in here. Your camera's still locked. It's next to the little people icon. You see the microphone and the camera. It looks like a camera. Your camera's off. Katie did it too. Katie was not able to figure it out at first.
Yeah, I was
How'd you do it,
confused.
Katie?
I clicked the little people and then
Click the little people.
it
It,
said join.
it doesn't
Yeah,
let
do that.
me.
Click the little people.
I know, baby. You just want all the attention today.
And once you click the little people, they'll be able to see you.
Let me see
I
if I
mean,
can
you'll press
connect.
that, and then you have the camera.
It
It
says you
took
will
me when I
connect
first came on
using
here.
audio only.
You only see the audio. You do have a
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, I see the camera, but it says you will connect using audio only. So it doesn't let me connect to camera.
You should be able to. You have over 1,000 followers. You should be able to come on with your camera. Press the
Yeah, I'm
camera.
being
It'll unlock.
other lives, but
Yeah.
um,
Press the
let
camera.
me
It'll unlock. That little line on it will unlock if you press it.
see. When I press the
Yeah.
camera, I can see myself.
Right.
Oh,
And
Deborah.
you can see
Sorry, I was
yourself.
just reading.
Do you want me? Should I get out and then can you request me?
Yeah, I'll request you. I'll do it again. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Whoops. We're going to, okay, we're going to definitely do this here. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's see. Where did you go, Victoria? Victoria's here somewhere. Victoria, make a comment and I can get you back in here. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, there you are. We're going to try to get her in here, folks. I'm pressing the guest request, and you should be able to come on screen.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Now,
No.
yeah, I can hear you. What do you see in front of your camera? I'm sorry, you're looking at the TikTok screen.
Right.
There should be at the bottom a bunch of things you can do. You see where it
Let's
says guests?
live status setting. Yeah. Don't know why.
Press that. Press guests. And then there should be a camera. Press the camera. And then save. It should bring you on. Thank you, Planet Girl for Life.
Doesn't let me.
You might have to open your camera setting, Jupiter says. You have a
Probably.
camera setting.
Yeah, when I go into the settings, it doesn't let me do anything.
Okay. Can you come on tonight on my show at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, sure. I just want to a comment that
Yeah.
when I go into the water, any kind of water, even I live here in Michigan, by Lake Michigan. Every
Oh, so
time that I
you're
go,
close to me.
yeah.
I'm in Illinois.
Oh, yeah. 3 hours different
Yeah, not far.
from here. So every time that I go into the water, I'm fine. But then once I want to get out of the water, it doesn't let me. Like it pulls me back. And I could be with my family, kids, and they just get out. You know, when I'm saying kids is they're little and they're okay getting out of the water, and I can't.
Right.
It
It's
pulls
your
me.
soul. It's your soul. You don't know how many times I get knocks on the bathroom door. Mom, are you okay? You've been in there for an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm fine. Leave me be. I'm just meditating and enjoying my soul.
Yeah.
It's if you're like me, it's from where your soul's from. I'm from a water planet. So that's where I want to be. But on Earth, we have legs and we walk around. We don't have that advantage all the time.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Okay.
You know,
so when you get stressed, if you get scared, you get lonely, that your body, that your soul wants to go where it feels comfortable.
I see.
yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like I explain things right, but
Yeah, you're right, because I love when it rains. A lot of people get depressed when it rains, but I
yes.
just love it. It brings me peace, calmness. It's just like when you drink water, when you're super
Yeah.
thirsty, that's how I feel. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
100%.
dance in the rain. I love rain.
Me
No,
too.
I get that 100%.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
Me
rained
too.
last night, and I feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. Rain
feel
is very
alive. Not.
peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
and
you know what?
but
We're
I'll
gonna
be.
be on tonight.
Yeah, I get out of work. I work from 3 to 11.
Okay.
So once I get out of work, sometimes I'm working, and if I'm able, I will put my headphones and I will listen to you when you're on live.
Great.
But
I'm following you now, Victoria, too. So,
oh, thank you.
Yeah, I need to follow
And
her too.
but yeah, I will try to
well,
get on. And
yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Well, I want to thank Katie and Victoria for getting on here. I want to thank everyone here who's gifted us today. All the people, the new people coming in here, please follow each other. Please send us any last minute. I'd like to see a galaxy. If anyone has a galaxy, I always like to end the show because I'm so far out from this planet where I come from. I miss seeing galaxies. So for me, when I see a galaxy on the screen or something as a TikTok gift, that certainly is a beautiful thing. And I know somebody has the ability with that TikTok coin stuff to do something like that. So if you have enough coins to do a galaxy, please do. Jupiter, thank you for the blue. Blue, I love that. I love all the blues are really cool. So I love that. How much is a galaxy? I'm not sure how much a galaxy is, but if you go to your gifting area of TikTok gifts, you'll see a galaxy. If you have enough coins in there, you can just press the gift and it'll pop up on the screen, technically. So yeah. Thank you, Jupiter, for the roses. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And please go
Yeah,
to my
thank you for
TikTok.
having me.
Oh,
Thank you.
Katie. Absolutely. And I know you're going to have more experiences. I want to see what happens when you reconnect with them. the three tall
absolutely,
beings.
I will.
And you will. I get the strongest feeling you're going to. Everybody, we're on tonight at 11. My show from last night I haven't posted yet on YouTube. This will be posted on YouTube. So I'm going to do some catch up before the day's out and get both of these shows on YouTube and on my Facebook. Take care, everybody. Peace. Keep your eyes to the skies. I'm Commander Alion, your host. And this has been Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
The
Thank
most
you.
amazing show. Thank you.